Dear donor family, I cannot express my gratitude to yourselves and your departed loved one for the gift you have given me and my family, and the unconditional love you have shown to a complete stranger. Your amazing gift has truly given me a new lease of life. I am able to make plans for the future that I would never have thought possible.
Without you as donors, we really can't save the number of lives that we do, and we literally save hundreds of lives year on year. But we just don't have enough donors. Sometimes only 1 in 100 of us are eligible to donate organs. But we need more, and we need to celebrate that this is a precious gift that you can help us with.
I feel personally that our stories don't end when we die, no matter what our personal beliefs are. And, you know, it goes on as your families talk about you. They talk about your likes, your dislikes, your memories with them. But if you can just imagine if you'd also managed to save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people at the end of your life, and what that means to that person and their families, and as they talk about you, and just that legacy is absolutely amazing and just completely inspiring.
I think the important thing is, if you are wanting to donate, tell people. Let them know what your wishes are, write them down, talk about it in advance, even if you think it will never happen, so people know what you would like. But also, if you do have a family member that passes away, memories like this and the feedback that you get from people who benefited and their lives have changed out of all recognition, and who would otherwise die, will give you some solace. You know, it's you can't often find meaning in sudden death, but you can have hope, and you know that selfless gesture means an amazing amount to so many other people. I'm a kidney transplant recipient anyway, and I had a kidney transplant in 2005 for a pre-existing condition, and I had been on dialysis prior to that, and we had discussed it, and you know, although obviously I wouldn't be able to donate, Jo had said that she would. Without the transplant, Jo and I would probably never have met or got together, so you know, it's given me a second life, and it gave us a chance as well, so I think that was a big part of the decision.
Part of my role as a specialist nurse for organ donation involves supporting families when their loved ones come to the end of their life. I'm involved in the end-of-life conversations with the clinicians, and part of those conversations, if appropriate, will involve organ donation. It can be sometimes a very difficult decision for a family to make if they're unsure of what their loved one's wishes would have been. And from my experience, when I meet families who have discussed donation previously, it's a lot easier for them to come to a decision once they know what their loved one would have wanted. So I really encourage as many people as possible to have those discussions with their loved ones, so that if ever faced with that question, they know what the answer should be.
I think from what happened, we got rushed into hospital because it was a very unexpected event, and the whole time we were supported by the whole trust completely, and even the ambulance service. Everyone was so
amazing.
It was just incredible. We never at once felt like we were alone. Every procedure, everything that we went through was talked through with us. With Dad, it was such a shock, but I am so glad that we talked about it as a family, because the decision was a planned one and it wasn't a rushed one, and we didn't ever feel uncomfortable, or we didn't feel when we looked back on it that it was a situation that we had more time to think about, because organ donation, you know, people are desperate for these things, and there's such a fine timeline between how long you can keep someone's organs alive for, and I'm so glad we were able to make that decision there and then, but in a supported manner and in a planned manner. You'll never know who'll need it, and you'll never know the lives you're changing. And for us, it's as horrible as it was, it changed our life for the better, and I couldn't be more proud. So
it's a very fulfilling feeling. You're giving life back to another person, and it's an overwhelming thing. Not only just praises from another person, but for yourself, it's a very good thing to think about that you're continuing one life and giving life back to another person.
7 years ago, I donated a kidney to a stranger. The recipient, who keeps in touch with me, says it completely changed his life. And I really just wanted to highlight that any healthy person can be a living donor, and that it's such an amazing feeling to know how much you have helped somebody.
I'm really proud of my role because organ donation can offer some hope and some positivity for families in circumstances that are often so sad and so difficult. And it's really important to be able to offer that to them.
Being able to give others the gift of life has to be one of the most precious things that anybody can do. And knowing that Andy has given other people that gift of life just makes the current time that tiny bit easier. So please have those conversations with your family. Say that you are willing to be an organ donor should you be in a position where you can. Despite the fact his life has come to the most horrible and abrupt end, if he can help other people have that gift of life, then what is there to say no to? It was a really easy decision for me.
It's definitely something you should consider. Even if you're not signed up already, it's good to sign up. Even if you never get a chance to use it, it's always just good, just in case something that you don't know will happen might happen, like what happened to Daddy.
Organ donation is a really personal subject for me because my mum had a kidney transplant 8 years before I was born. Not only did that mean that she didn't need dialysis, it meant that she was well enough to have me, and now I care for patients at the end of their life that hope to donate their organs, which is something I'm very proud of.
Whilst in hospital, my now fiancé bought me a charm that has a butterfly on one side and 1 in a million on the other. The butterfly signifies my new life, and when I read the other side, I think of your loved one and yourselves, who made the selfless decision to allow someone to benefit from your great loss. To me, you are 1 in a million. Superb. It really meant an awful lot, and, showed me that the most important part of Jo, her amazing heart, went to the right person.